If you don't play into the trans agenda, you're cast out as a bully and
Joining me now, my friend Will Chamberlain, Senior Counsel, Internet Accountability Project, and the Article 3 Project. Okay, Will, it's not exactly breaking news that America's university system is simply a Maoist training camp at this point, but I don't feel like it was always that way. I understand the flowery, liberal, hippie university system, but was it always this bad and I just didn't know?
No, it wasn't always this bad. Prior to the 1960s, say, colleges were generally liberal, but in the sort of small L sense of the term. You could find plenty of conservative professors. And it really was the work of leftist activists starting in the 1960s and Students for a Democratic Society to march their way through the institutions, to make sure that they could get professor positions, to take as many as they can to help fellow leftists get those positions, and slowly but surely over time convert the university system into a leftist breeding ground. And they succeeded in that project. I mean, you don't find conservative professors on most campuses. If you do, they're very milquetoast, isolated, and persecuted often. And it's really remarkable how much they have succeeded, and conversely, how much the conservative movement has failed to conserve what were useful places for the development of knowledge.
Why, let's focus on that for a second. Why do we fail to conserve that amongst all the other things we fail to conserve?
Well, conservatives historically have donated to universities without really any expectation that they, promote conservative values or not sponsor massive numbers of Marxist professors or ensure that their students are getting both sides. All it takes is the sort of vanity of like, okay, your name will be on a building or you'll get to be a booster for the football team. And it seems like, conservative donors, many of whom are very wealthy and should be in a position to dictate some amount of policy to the university, are just kind of going along with what universities want, and as well as politicians kind of doing the same thing where they just throw money and dollar after dollar at universities, despite the fact that they've raced leftward so quickly.
Explain the disconnect there, Will, because this is something that just befuddles me to no end. Okay, I graduated from University of Texas, and I turned into some big oil billionaire here in the great state of Texas. Gosh, that'd be fun. And I'm a Republican. I vote hard right, pro-life, everything else, secure the border, down the line Republican. And yet I stroke a $10 million check every other year to the University of Texas. What? I have all this care about all the other parts of my life. I love my family. I love my business. I love my country. And yet without a second thought, I write checks like that to my university. What? Why?
Yeah, it's amazing how great those very nice seats at a football game are. I guess that's ultimately what decides it. These universities do a great job of catering when they need to these donors, making them feel special and giving them, red carpet treatment, and then they take their money and use it on things that the donor would find absolutely appalling and contemptible.